Happy NFL 2026 Draft Day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Draft Day, ladies and gentlemen. No, not the WWE Draft. This is obviously NFL 2026 Draft. And obviously, you got your mock draft in today's very podcast, man. As always, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode Lucas E. Allen 1018 on YouTube and all audio platforms. Lucas E. Allen Show. Which is 2026 official NFL Round 1 mock draft. You know, obviously I'm a wrestling content creator. I understand that, people. But I would like to honestly take this page out of, like, football or even basketball with two favorite other sports not related to professional wrestling. Obviously, the NBA playoffs continuing right now, obviously. My Oklahoma State Thunder's up 2-0 against the Phoenix Suns in this season in the NBA playoffs. I'd love to hear that, obviously. Anyways, hope you all enjoy your day, obviously. If you watch on YouTube, hit the like button, today's podcast. Hit the subscribe button, you've done so already. Turn on the bell for your post notifications and uploads to our YouTube channel. And always, feel free to leave a comment on my episode of your 2026 NFL Round 1 mock draft. Your official NFL 2026 NFL mock draft. Watch on Spotify, do the same thing, and also a 5-star rating me. Very nice as well as silly. So also follow me on social media. I mentioned that obviously at the top of the show. Lucas E. Allen 1018 and Lucas E. Allen 1018 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. So I get started today's mock draft, or this year's mock draft to say at least. But I'm not going to have any trades involved. People, content creators like me and like other people like you do like trades. I decided not to do that this year. This was my first ever mock draft, by the way. So I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. And I don't know half the other free agency signs. I obviously know Kenneth Walker signed with the Chiefs. And obviously Kirk Cousins signed with the Las Vegas Raiders. That's all I basically know off the top of my head. Now the Packers got Javon Hargrave. I got nothing to discuss them today, though. They don't know first round pick goes in the Dallas Cowboys. And the Micah Parsons trade. Oh boy, I love it. Still love it for us, honestly. I mean, we'd rather have Micah Parsons or a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. Come on, people. You'd rather have Micah Parsons, obviously. At least right now. I don't know how good the 20th pick will be from the Cowboys, but still, I don't even trade the pick. We ain't find out. Let's start with number 1. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. They're selecting R-Truth. I'm joking. It's Fernando Mendoza. I know. I'm not funny. I know. With the number 1 overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select quarterback Fernando Mendoza at the University of Indiana. He's not going to be at tonight's draft. He might be the only quarterback going round 1. There's talk of Ty Simpson to have in round 1 here. It's crazy. He's potentially could be the only quarterback going in this class in the round 1. Anyway, he had really 6 in 2024. Kind of crazy. 6 of the first half, 12 picks. Kind of crazy, I know. You can only have 1 or even 2 quarterbacks in this first round. Kind of crazy, I know. But the Raiders, no-brainer, select Fernando Mendoza at the University of Indiana, to say at least. On to number 2. Number 2nd overall pick, with the 2nd overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The New York Jets, excuse me. I did not mean to do that at all. The New York Jets select linebacker Arvell Reese from the University of Ohio State. Should be interesting. Do the Jets need a quarterback? Absolutely. But if you ain't getting Fernando Mendoza, I'm not even drafting anyone in this class. I'm not gonna be honest. Could they select maybe Jordan, like Ty Simpson at 16? Definitely a possibility. But I don't think that's wise, honestly. I don't think that's wise. But the Jets are going to select the 2nd overall pick, Arvell Reese from the University of Ohio State. I'll be honest, though, the 2nd overall pick, last time the Jets had the 2nd overall pick, and they drafted a bust named Zach Wilson, who's now a 3rd stringer for the New Orleans Saints. Freaking crazy, I know. The 2nd overall pick got Arvell Reese, or my opinion was going to take care of Arvell Reese to the New York Jets. 3rd overall pick, the Arizona Cardinals are going to be selecting offensive lineman Francis Maioga from the University of Miami. I know the 3rd overall pick would be a offensive lineman. Kind of crazy, I know, to a point. But honestly, what did the Cardinals do? They don't need. Here's talking with Jeremiah Love going to number 3. at the University of Notre Dame. I'll be honest. I don't think he should go in the top 5. Would he go in even the Giants? Possibility. Like, I'll be honest. People are talking, oh, this is only Cam Scaboo. I'm sorry. Tyrone Tracy is actually a pretty good running back, you idiot. Tyrone Tracy is actually a pretty underrated running back. Is he as good as Scadabo was in his rookie season? No. But still. But the Cardinals are going to select Francis Mayoga at the University of Miami, and they really desperately not offensive lineman. Anything to what, Paris Johnson a couple years ago in the draft? Was it even last year? I forgot what year it was. I know they took Francis from Paris Johnson. Now, on the other end, you have Francis Mayoga of the University of Miami going to the 3rd overall pick to the Arizona Cardinals. I was going to say maybe to select the quarterback, but who's going to get out of Fernando Mendoza? Nobody. You already lost Kyler Murray, you understand that. You might just stick with 1 year, bridge quarterback in Jacoby Brissett. And he's not bad per se for at least 1 year. Obviously not going to be a franchise quarterback, but still. Anyways, the 4th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Tennessee Titans select might be a shocker with this one for me. I'm throwing this for positional need, orange in this best player available. Carnell Tate to the University of Ohio State. I know, to know if Ohio State got in the next pick too, spoiler. But Carnell Tate, to me, the Titans should not go with Jeremiah Love. They really shouldn't. There's talk about him going to the Titans, Cardinals, and Giants. Like, both teams, the Titans and Giants, have 2 good running backs on their roster. The Titans got Tony Pollard. He's not the best in the world, but still. Got Tajay Spears, needs to be given a chance soon. And they signed Michael Carter, who's a pretty mid running back, but it's a better running back for your 3rd string running back, but still. Like, what did he need Jeremiah Love for? Like, because they want to go Cam Ward for the odds on to me future, I get that. But you need some weapons other than your running backs. You can't rely on your 3 running backs as your whole offense with Cam Ward. I'm sorry. You just can't do that. I think they're going to go with Carnell Tate with the 4th overall pick in University of Ohio State. Moving on, the 5th overall pick, the New York Giants select linebacker Sony Styles at the University of Ohio State. It's funny, 3 of the top 5 picks in this draft, according to me, are all from 3 of them are from Ohio State. You got 3 Ohio States, you got 1 Miami, you got 1 Indiana. I know, the 3 of the last 4 teams are in the national championship. But Sony Styles is probably more linebacker depth for the Giants, so it's not a bad pick. I know they drafted Abdul Carter, their 3rd overall pick. Was his 3rd or 2nd overall pick last year? Either one. I think they didn't give him a shot, too. Like, I don't know about getting Sony Styles here to be as big either. But still, more linebacker depth in that locker room for sure. Moving on to the 6th overall pick, the Cleveland Browns. They're going to be selecting wide receiver Makai Lemon from the University of USC, University of Southern California. Now, the Browns desperately need receivers. They addressed their, I'm going to say O-line soon. They got another one coming into the first round pick in this draft. But they really should go with their first 6th pick and go with wide receiver. I know they're probably saying, oh, what about a quarterback? There's not in this class other than Mendoza and maybe a dose of Ty Simpson. What are you going to get? I thought for sure Dante Moore is going to go in this draft. I guess he's going to stay at Oregon for another year. But yeah, Makai Lemon going for the Cleveland Browns here. It's a great pick. But again, what are your weapons you got? You got Harold Fant at tight end. You got Jerry Jeudy. And that's all you got is for weapons other than your running back and Quinshon Judkins. That's all you got. Remember who it is? It could be the Shedeur Sanders next franchise quarterback, or it could be somebody else. Definitely not Deshaun Watson, I'll tell you that right now. I'm sorry, Browns fans, I'm sorry. But 6th overall pick, and the Cleveland Browns select Makai Lemon on the University of Southern California. Number 7, the Washington, I was going to say Redskins, that I felt like too. I'm going to be a little bit nice today, honestly, to a point. I'm just calling them the Washington football team. How about that? I refuse to call them the Commanders. I'm sorry, people. I cannot call them the Commanders. I can't. I'll give you a dose in the middle and I'll call them the Redskins anymore. I'll call them the Washington football team. How about that? The 7th overall pick, the Washington football team. I want to guess Commanders too, honestly. I don't know. This is where Jeremiah Love goes to the 7th overall pick to the Washington football team. Or, we like to call them the Redskins, but still, whatever. I'm not going to pick any choosers. Washington gets probably the best player available at this point. Minus me, Fernando Mendoza. Like, this team between them and the Seahawks. The Seahawks got Shaq Charbonnet, so they just won the Super Bowl. But to me, I'm looking at all the teams in this draft who have a first-round pick. I think it's your Washington or Seattle should be getting Jeremiah Love. And honestly, Jeremiah Love's not going to pull a pick 32. Seattle's not going to trade up for this win the Super Bowl, just getting Jeremiah Love. And maybe probably feel like a glove in Seattle, but still. But then again, they have Shaq Charbonnet, who just came up with torn ACL, and now they lost Kenneth Walker in free agency, too. And they signed Manuel Wilson, too, from the Oklahoma Packer. But honestly, I think the Washington should get him with Jeremiah Love. The other thing they have is Austin Eckler. They got Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, like his rookie last year. And they just signed Jermone Ford, a former Brown. But that's not going to cut if you're trying to win the Super Bowl, dude. I mean, come on, man. You want to compete with the NFC and the Eagles and the other teams in that division? Even Dallas to a point? You should get the best player available at your running back position. And you don't need receivers desperately. It's the last Debo Samuel. Even though he was gone. Other than Terry McLaurin is kind of ass in Washington when it comes to receivers. I understand that. They can risk to go with Jordan Tyson this pick too. They could go that. But I think I'm going to give him Jeremiah Love for the running back position to say at least. For the Washington football team or whatever you want to call them either. Moving on to the 8th overall pick. The New Orleans Saints select, and this might be a shock for some people, linebacker C.J. Allen, University of Georgia. Yeah, I shared the last name of somebody in the draft class going in the first top 10. I love it. No, he's not my brother, people. I'm sorry, he's not my brother. No, I know, I'm not funny, people. I'm just trying to stop cracking the jokes now, people. Well, linebacker C.J. Allen's going to go to the New Orleans Saints. So they need linebackers desperately in New Orleans to a point. They can honestly grow Ruben Bain with this pick. Down about an eye last year. But I decided to go with C.J. Allen out of the University of Georgia this pick. Moving on, number 9. Oh, God. The Kansas City Chiefs can get a top 10 pick and sign Kenneth Walker, while still having Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes on their roster. Oh, joy. It's looking not great times in the National Football League fans again. To say the least. Anyways, the 9th overall pick. The Kansas City Chiefs select an edge rusher. Hate this going to Kansas City. Ruben Bain Jr., the University of Miami. Yeah, I hate if they give me paralyzed like Chris Jones and George Karlaftis. Like, oh my God, bro, that's so good. I ain't gonna lie, I'm my biggest Chiefs hater there is, honestly. To me, them and Dallas hate the most. And the Chiefs and the Cowboys hate them both. But I can't deny that, honestly. Especially Chris Jones and Ruben Bain. Now, I heard Ruben Bain's got some issues with personal stuff. Well, I think he got into a couple car crashes, maybe. So his stock could obviously drop. We saw this with Jalen Carter a couple years ago when we went to the draft. But honestly, I think they're going to still go Ruben Bain despite the paralegal shit that's going on with him. So Ruben Bain going to the Kansas City Chiefs this pick. Moving on, the 10th overall pick, another Giant, New York Giants. Are going to be, it's on the Dexter Lawrence trade, which I do want to talk about on a different podcast from now. About the trade of Dexter Lawrence to the Cincinnati Bengals. The 10th overall pick, the New York Giants selected their second top 10 pick, safety Caleb Downs from University of Ohio State. How many Ohio State players have I got in this top 10? Oh, it's only 4. Okay, that makes sense. But honestly, Caleb Downs is probably he's probably the best safety in this class. Obviously, the Vikings are probably want a pipe dream for him. I don't think they're going to trade up for him. I don't think they should for a safety. They have a safety going in their pick too. We'll discuss it later on. But New York Giants going to select Caleb Downs this pick. I see him a lot going back to the Giants. Between him and the Giants and the Chiefs. Could I see him going to a team like Dallas too? It could be a possibility for sure. I decided to go with Caleb Downs this pick on the University of Ohio State to go into the New York Giants. So the Caleb Downs and also Sony Styles. Now, two you Ohio State guys. Freaking crazy, I know. Moving on to the 11th overall pick, the Miami Dolphins select cornerback Mansour Delaney at the University of Louisiana Tech, or Louisiana, what do they call LSU? It's coming out of LSU. Probably the Dolphins outside maybe some defensive line help, maybe they don't need. But anything else they could freaking use, besides maybe quarterback and running back too, honestly. You don't think Malik Willis is that guy. I mean, Malik Willis was good in Green Bay, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad as much as the guy is paid for the Dolphins. I'm not mad about that. It's just, I don't think he's worked that in. I don't think he's like going to be a good quarterback for them. Like, look what he's got set up with. He's got defensive guy head coach as him. Again, he's a former Packer and Jeff Hafley. I get that. And what do you got on weapons right now? Just Devon Achane? The receivers suck. I think the tight ends right now is Greg Dulcich maybe? Then you got the receivers. I think your best one is Malik Washington and Tutu Atwell. Oh, that's going to really cut it out for you, Miami. I know, freaking crazy, I know. But to say the least, they got the Dolphins selecting Mansour Delaney, cornerback out of Louisiana Tech, or Louisiana, say LSU. So they need a lot of different positions. They got 2 first-round picks in this draft. You might suggest receiver in this class, too, there, Miami. We're on the 12th overall pick, the Dallas Fraud Boys, or Cowboys, I like to call them, whatever. Select edge rusher David Bailey, the University of Texas Tech. Yeah, it's not a travel much far, honestly. He just goes from playing Texas Tech, playing in the Dallas, Texas, where the Cowboys play. Arlington, Texas, whatever. But honestly, this is probably their closest thing since they have Micah Parsons. You're welcome, Dallas. You're welcome, Dallas. I'm giving you David Bailey, edge rusher. You're welcome. It's not really risk to give you them, but still. I have David Bailey going into Texas Tech on edge rusher for the Dallas Cowboys, the 12th overall pick in the NFL draft. Well, on the 13th overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft, the Los Angeles Rams beat the Atlanta Falcons pick. Select offensive tackle Spencer Fano, University of Utah. Now, they were a team for the 29th pick. They didn't trade for Trent McDuffie. I would say they can definitely go with Ty Simpson with that pick. But I would say trade that pick for Trent McDuffie from the Chiefs, obviously. So that's probably out of the equation of selecting their quarterback post Matthew Stafford. Well, the 13th pick got the Rams selecting offensive tackle Spencer Fano from University of Utah. He seems like a good pick. O-line help, obviously, Rob. What's his name? Is the retirement? Rob Havenstein? I think that's how you say his name. Retired, obviously, this past season, so they probably need a replacement at the right tackle spot. And so Spencer Fano fit like a glove in that position. I'm going to butcher this name, people. For the 14th overall pick, the Baltimore Ravens select guard. Oh, God, man. Everyone try it. Sorry if I'm going to butcher your name, Braun, dude. Oliviva Vega Oyani. I think that's how you fucking say it. The guy out of Penn State. Let's call him OI, to say the least. More guard help, obviously, Tyler Linderbaum left to go to the Raiders, obviously. And that's me bump in the center, even a guard, honestly. That's all I basically would know about that, honestly, there. Moving on to the 15th overall pick of the 2026 NFL Draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I got selecting edge rusher Hakeem Mestor. I think that's how I'm saying his name. University of Miami. So yeah, he doesn't have to go far either. He's played at University of Miami, Florida. I think that's where he played, honestly, Miami, and then Miami, Ohio, too, but still. And then you go to Tampa Bay to play for the Buccaneers, a Florida team. Doesn't travel much farther from Miami to Tampa, to say at least. Another edge rusher pick for the Buccaneers. Oh, who did they select last year's first round pick? Was that Jacob Parrish, or was that somebody else? Oh, no, duh, it was Emeka Ibuka, duh. They selected Ibuka that pick. What am I talking about? That's a pretty good pick in our edge rusher for the Buccaneers, so we can use them not by a better defense than that, too. I think they lost Levante David to retirement, too, honestly. Long time, Buccaneer. Moving on to the 16th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. I got the New York Jets with the Indianapolis Colts pick. Man, what worked out for the Colts with that pick, man? You know, he's picked me in the late 20s, making me at least a minimum, make it to the playoffs. I'm in the AFC South. Not only did I make the playoffs, not only did they win the AFC South, they didn't make it to they getting close to 500. They lost their 7 last games of the year. Sucks to be a Colt fan, honestly, too. But anyways, the 16th overall pick, the New York Giants beat the Indianapolis Colts. Select wide receiver Jordan Tyson, University of Arizona State. This is a pretty good pick there. With their quarterback will be probably Geno Smith this year, obviously. They traded for him for the Raiders. What is post Geno Smith? I don't know. Wait to find out. Maybe it's Joe Burrow. I doubt it, honestly, but still. But this is probably a no-brainer getting Jordan Tyson. I drafted the edge rusher or Reese, the second overall pick in this draft. So probably getting our receiver be nice for them to say at least. Now Jordan Tyson going into the Giants. Jets did it again, bro. Moving on to the 17th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions select offensive tackle Monroe Freeling of the University of Georgia. This is, to me, I think it's probably the most odds-on thing for the Lions to go for as an offensive lineman. Especially the tackle position, because obviously, besides Panay Sewell, they're about the best thing in the game. That's basically their peak when it comes to O-line depth, honestly, to any position, minus the right tackle spot. So again, Monroe Freeland gives more depth in that position. Maybe their left tackle for years to come. I don't know. But I think the Lions are going to go to offensive tackle Monroe Freeling on the University of Georgia with this pick. Moving on to the 18th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Minnesota Vikings select safety Dylan Thiemann at the University of Oregon. Yeah, this is probably your Harrison Smith replacement there of Minnesota. You're welcome. Which obviously you left to go to retirement, obviously, Harrison Smith. Longtime Viking. So there you go. The Vikings selecting Dylan Thiemann at the University of Oregon. Never played replace Harrison Smith, honestly. Like, the Vikings don't have a lot they need. I think they lost Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen to the Packers. So Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen to the Bengals, respectively. So yeah, they could probably use definitely some defensive line help to a point. But they didn't just sign somebody to I'm just mistaken of. I don't know. You definitely go to defensive line this draft too, but I think they're going to go with the Harrison Smith replacement in this draft too. Anyways, maybe they'll select the one in the second round, honestly. We can find out. Moving on to the 19th overall pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Carolina Panthers, to win the NFC South at an 8-9 record, are going to select tight end Kenyon Sadiq at the University of Oregon. Obviously. This said the Oregon pick the 18th pick and a 19th pick with the Panthers. Now, they desperately need some tight end help. Like, I know they drafted, Jawan Sanders last year in the second or third round, one or the other. Last year, maybe him a shot. But ever since the Panthers lost Greg Olsen to retirement, like, years ago, they've been struggling to replace this position for so long, like quarterback. They still don't even know Bryce Young's even does the answer still in an 8-9 record. You don't know, just because you won a division and they got to the playoffs doesn't mean his job is saved. He got an 8-9 record and get like a three-way tie out of position with the Falcons and Buccaneers. Like, come on. Yeah, he ain't saved yet. Maybe if he wins this year like a positive record, maybe he'll be to save his job. Anyways, the Carolina Panthers selecting Kenyon Sadiq at the University of Oregon with a tight end is obviously here. Probably the best tight end in this class, going the 19th pick to the Panthers. Moving on to the 20th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys, where the Green Bay Packers select cornerback Jermod McCoy and University of Tennessee. This pick from the Packers, obviously from the Micah Parsons trade, obviously, which I am happy for still to this day. Even though he's obviously hurt, he got hurt last year, so what? Even with the 50% Micah Parsons is better than anybody in this draft class that we're going to got for an edge rusher. Unless you want to trade for Ruben Bain. Or David Allen, one or the other. Or David Bailey, excuse me. Not David Allen. Where did David Allen from? David Bailey, excuse me. But 20th pick, the Cowboys are going to select cornerback Jermod McCoy at the University of Tennessee. They really need some corners too. Not even just an edge rusher replace Micah Parsons either. You get your answer both your picks there, Dallas. You're welcome. Don't fuck it up. You know, I wish you do fuck it up, honestly. But still. Oh, man. Here we go. This is where Ty Simpson goes, people. I'll explain in a minute. Well, the 21st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. This draft is in Pittsburgh, by the way. The spoiler alert, the Steelers are going to select quarterback Ty Simpson at the University of Alabama. Yeah. Trust me. I don't like this pick, but this is the most Steeler thing ever. This is basically the same amount of pick they got with Kenny Pickett. They were so desperate for quarterbacks, they had to go for Kenny Pickett because they want to stay at the state of Pennsylvania, state of Pittsburgh, city of Pittsburgh. And how did that work out? Granted, did they still bring back Aaron Rodgers? They're probably going to still bring back Aaron Rodgers, even with drafting Ty Simpson. I don't know if Rodgers make a decision afterward or not. I don't know with this pick. You still get to sign back to the Steelers or sign any team, period. But honestly, with or without the notability of Rodgers going back to Pittsburgh or going some other team or retiring in general, I think the Steelers are going to go with Ty Simpson. So don't need much anything else other than maybe a third wide receiver. They get a trade for Michael Pittman this past offseason on DK Metcalf. We got plenty of running backs, and maybe an old line could make a case for. But honestly, I don't know. Could they go a third wide receiver? Definitely a possibility. But will they? I have my doubts. I think they're going to go with Ty Simpson. This is the most Steeler-esque pick ever. With or without Mike Thomas, it doesn't freaking matter who is the replacement with. Mike McCarthy and our Mike, two Mikes on the same team, whatever. But still, I got the Steelers selecting Ty Simpson. This is probably the only team I could see him going to on this list. Maybe the Jets, maybe. But I think they have more needs than just quarterback. Right? I got Geno Smith at least in a bridge spot. What kind of needs do they got on this roster? Who? The Browns, I guess. Browns can make a case, but I don't think they're going to go with another quarterback. They're drafting Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel last year. They cut Gabriel, but still, whatever. Who else they got? Maybe the Vikings, maybe. But then again, it's still on McCarthy as a backup to Kyler Murray. It's not bad. Who else? I don't know who else to be on this list that can go to maybe, I don't know. Not much. Maybe the Cardinals, but I don't think it'd be way too high. We're already way here and go with Ty Simpson. This most Steelers' pick ever. They basically in the same position as Kenny Pickett. They drafted this pick. What was that, 2022? Look at that ended up. Right, the same thing happened with Ty Simpson. I wish on the kid, but still. I got the Steelers selecting Ty Simpson out of desperation, honestly. And on the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Chargers are selecting safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren of the University of Toledo. More safety depth than the Chargers, to say the least. Should be an interesting defense there, to say the least, in Los Angeles as well. So I'm at another safety Emmanuel McNeil-Warren of the University of Toledo with the 22nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. They can also go receiver too if they wanted to. Moving on to the 23rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Philadelphia Eagles, where they're picking this high, honestly, to a point. The Philadelphia Eagles select edge rusher Caldrick Falk and the University of Auburn. Prior to replace Jalen Phillips, who left to go to the Panthers, obviously. So I like that pick for this Eagles. Do I want them to get another edge rusher like this? No, I was getting Tariq Woolen and some other with Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. That's too fucking good, bro. How are you supposed to beat those trios of corners, bro? That is insane. The fuck do you need Tariq Woolen for? I want him so bad in Green Bay, may I tell you. Fucking Eagles. I know I find a way to fuck my life up more so. I'm only joking. Sorry. Anyways, the Steelers. The Eagles are going to select edge rusher Caldrick Falk of the University of Auburn, the 23rd pick in the NFL Draft. On the 24th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns via the Jacksonville Jaguars select offensive tackle Blake Miller of the University of Clemson. This team, like I said, the receivers in Mekhi Lemon, they ain't much does his all offensive line. They do need freaking receivers, honestly. So just those two picks there at the 24th and 6th pick overall draft, that's pretty good if you ask me. So yeah, Blake Miller going to the University of Clemson, going to the Cleveland Browns at pick 24. Move on to the 25th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. Oh, great. The Chicago Bears select defensive lineman Caden McDonald of the University of Ohio State. Now, they didn't trade for Dexter Lawrence. That was a pipe dream for them. They're letting another defensive lineman with their pick here. Caden McDonald of the University of Ohio State. That's what? How many Ohio State players have in this draft right now? One. We haven't got one since 10, but still. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we got one more coming too, right? Do I? Oh, no, I don't. So that's the last Ohio State guy I got in this draft. But still, I mean, it'll be more, honestly, tonight. But I got the Caden McDonald, University of Ohio State, going with the Chicago Bears with 25th pick in the draft. They need a mature defensive line, especially to stop the run, obviously. Not the best to stop in the line last year, but still. I got Caden McDonald, Ohio State, going to the Chicago Bears with pick 25. Moving on to the 26th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. The Buffalo Bills select defensive lineman Caleb Banks, University of Florida. To me, the Bills need a lot of defensive lineman help too. I know they get drafted a rookie last year, and T.J. Sanders, maybe his name is, or some name is Sanders, I think. I can see him going an edge rusher, replace Joey Bosa and Matt Milano. I definitely could use that too. I can see him maybe going with Cassius Howell, or maybe even T.J. Parker or Clemson. They're not shy of drafting Clemson guys in the past, Buffalo, but still. I got the Bills selecting defensive lineman Caleb Banks, University of Florida, over this pick. We're on a 27th pick in the NFL Draft, 2026 NFL Draft. The San Francisco 49ers select edge rusher, he's going to devil, Cassius Howell, University of Texas A&M. They could definitely use some edge rush, especially much more depth in that position. All their guys got hurt last year. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. They brought back Trey Greenlaw after leaving the Broncos a couple years ago. So I think they're going to go with Cassius Howell, the 27th pick in the NFL Draft for the San Francisco 49ers. We're almost done, people. The 28th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. I have the Houston Texans selecting defensive lineman Peter Woods and University of Clemson. Yeah, there was talks about the Texans may trade for Dexter Lawrence too. Imagine three guys like this on the defensive line: Danielle Hunter, Willie Anderson, and Dexter Lawrence. Wouldn't that have been fucking insane? And then I did say at that time, discussing my picks to get Dexter Lawrence. Before I didn't have the Bengals and not that thing at all. I don't think I had the Bengals at all on that list. But I had the Texans having virtually had him on that list. I think I was going back on it. I think they really need Dexter Lawrence. Danny, and looking back on it, the defensive lineman right now, other than Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, it's kind of bleak. But obviously, you're riding those two guys in the defensive line for sure. Anyways, beefing up that defensive line a bit, the 28th pick in the draft, the Texans selected Peter Woods, the University of Clemson. Moving on, the 29th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs have traded this pick for Trent McDuffie for this pick for the Los Angeles Rams. With the 29th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs selected cornerback Avion Terrell. Probably think he's related to A.J. Terrell for the Falcons. Stud corner, by the way. They definitely could use some defense. I think the Chiefs are going to go 2 defensive players in this draft. Edge rusher Ruben Bain. And obviously Avion Terrell with this pick from the Clemson Tigers, obviously. They trade Trey McDuffie a cornerback to get a draft for another cornerback later in the first round. So Avion Terrell going to Kansas City Chiefs at pick 29 from the Rams. 3 more picks, ladies and gentlemen. On the 30th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins are training for this pick for Jalen Waddle from the Denver Broncos. The Dolphins are going to select another wide receiver, or this receiver, to replace Jalen Waddle. Wide receiver Omar Cooper Jr. at University of Indiana, who obviously was getting thrown to by Fernando Mendoza at the University of Indiana himself. Number 1 overall pick in this draft. The Dolphins, they need a lot more, like I said, the 11th pick. They need a number of different freaking things, other than defensive line, maybe quarterback, and maybe definitely running back. And just want to trade Devon H.M. So I think they're going to go wide receiver. That's what need receivers the most stop, honestly. Even at a tight end. I really do. I haven't selected Omar Cooper Jr. in the University of Indiana, the 20th or 30th pick in this draft. Come on, 2 teams are in the Super Bowl last year. 31st pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. New England Patriots select offensive tackle Caden Proctor, University of Alabama. They really could use some O-line. After Drake May was given, 21 sacks and going to the Super Bowl, again, sacked, 6 times in the Super Bowl? Like, damn. Protect the man. Also turn potentially Andrew Luck and, honestly, to a point in the future, maybe even Joe Burrow. This man can get him O-line help. Let's hope they can get. I mean, damn, it was bad last year for your Patriot fan when it comes to 1-2. Obviously, got to the Super Bowl, that's all that matters. You didn't win it, but still. It was painful. You can actually see when Drake May got hurt. You're lucky he didn't. You're lucky as shit, New England. So protect the man. Give him some much more offensive line helping in. Caden Proctor this pick. The 31st pick in the NFL draft. Be pretty good if you ask me, the University of Alabama. Finally, pick 32. The Seattle Seahawks. Richer, getting richer. For the 32nd pick in the 2026 NFL draft. The reigning Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks selects edge rusher T.J. Parker, the University of Clemson. Yeah, this probably like a Seahawk pick all written all over it. If he ain't going to Bills, he's going to frickin' Seattle, man, I tell you. I'll be shocked if it was any team other than Bills or Seattle. Well, what reason why I say the Bills they like to tend to draft Clemson defensive linemen? The Seahawks, this is like a Seahawks-esque pick in my honest opinion. T.J. Parker going to Seattle, reigning Super Bowl champions, would be pretty good for his development too. On a stacked defense as it is. Could they go corner? Definitely a possibility. I think they can definitely go corner too. I lost Tariq Woolen to those Eagles, obviously. The only guy they got in that roster is more to know is Josh Jobe and most notably Devon Witherspoon, obviously. So they can definitely go corner, but I'm going to have them select edge rusher T.J. Parker this pick for sure. That is my official 2026 NFL mock draft for round number 1. One round I'm freaking doing, honest. You want to make one of the picks, second round, third round, fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, seventh round? You're out of your freaking mind. I'm only doing round 1. I'm going to watch the rest of the 2 days afterwards. Round 1's completed. If I can make it past them, but still. I'm going to watch obviously round 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for sure afterwards. Decided I'm going to do one mock draft for round 1 to say at least. If you want more of these, make sure you hit the like button on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button if you've done so already. And turn on the bell for your post notifications and uploads for our YouTube channel. And always leave a comment on my 2026 NFL Round 1 mock draft on this podcast. Also on Spotify, do the same thing. Leave me a comment and also a 5-star would be very nice as well to say at least. And until next time, for more wrestling content tomorrow. And trust me, definitely be next time, everybody. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out to your loyal big time stays. Enjoy the 2026 NFL Round 1 mock draft to say at least for tonight. Live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Peace and love, everybody. I'm out to your loyal big time to say at least.